this is the last mock draft Monday before the NFL draft, which is insane. You know, we got 4 days left, guys, before the NFL draft, or 3 days left before the NFL draft is here. And also, I want to go ahead and give an apology for my last video. As I said, Tim Crumry's name incorrectly. Apologies. I just got done a 7-hour drive from Baltimore back to Dayton, so my brain was cooked. I do apologize for that. I think that's the first time I ever messed up his name. But Tim Crumry is an absolute legend. Ring of Honor stud. And if it wasn't for the injury, would have won the Super Bowl. So I do apologize. Again, Tim Crumry definitely should never have butchered his name. He's one of the guys like him, Ken Riley, where Anthony Munoz, Willie Anderson, you just don't butcher their names, right? So I do apologize for that, but let's get right into this. So starting off right away, 17th overall pick, and again, 3 days from now, we're sitting at this pick, waiting to see who we're going to take. And I will forever tell you, I want Starks. That's who I want. I want Starks personally. That's my pick. The guy is available right here. Starks is probably the guy that is, in my opinion, one of the best options. Although Walter Nolan is really freaking good. James Pierce Jr. is also really freaking good. Jalen Walker is good. But I think for today's pick, we're going to go with Derek Harmon. This obviously is the pick that Joe Goodberry is going with. And I think that, this is definitely a good pick. So let's go with Derek Harmon, first pick. Second round here. Okay. This is where I would start looking for offensive linemen to a certain degree. Tate Ratledge is a guy that I really, really like. Will he be available in our next pick? He might be. In real life, I don't think he would be because he is that good of a player. So if you take him in the second round, in PFF, they're going to destroy me for this because they're going to say that he should be a third round pick. But I think in real life, he is kind of hovering around that second round pick. And that's the guy I would love to have. So for this pick, I am going to be kind of going a little bit higher than normal. Yeah, I'm going to go with him. You pick the guy you want, and that's pretty much what this comes down to. In PFF, I could have gotten him in the third round. Okay, I just want to put that out there. I could have gotten him in the third round. He technically was average draft position 79, so that is before our pick, but in real life, I think he will go in the second. I think he'll go end of second, so that's going to be before we pick again, so we're going to have to take someone like him. Going safety with my third round pick. Fourth round pick here. I wouldn't mind going edge rusher. Yeah, I actually really would not mind going edge rusher here. Again, working on this defense as much as possible it's a huge thing going into this draft. It's a huge factor going into this draft is as many defensive linemen as we can get, always the better. Now, I didn't do a trade down option. We'll have to wait and see if we do trade down. I think we will personally. So they say we should take Walter Nolan over Derek Harmon. Again, for this draft, I want Derek Harmon to give me a D for that pick, just because he could be a third round pick. Not bad across the board, but let's actually go ahead and do a new one. This time, I am going to trade down though. So we're at pick 17. Let's go ahead and trade down to pick 22. We're going to give up my 17th overall pick. Give me a 86, and I want 158. Actually, you know what? Throw in another pick, too. All right, so we end up getting 4 picks for our 17th overall pick. We trade down 5 spots, and ironically enough, we still got Walter Nolan on the board and Starks on the board. Now, at 22, I am more interested in going with someone like Walter Nolan here. He isn't a polished interior defender, but he might be among the most physically gifted. I want Starks. I'm going to go Nolan. I want Starks personally, but I'm going Nolan. Now, this one I'm going to play with the PFF kind of system here, because I know PFF I'm going to be able to get him in the second round. So I am going to kind of go off of that. I think I'm going to go with the Tennessee defensive lineman here. So, like, for example, I know I can get Tate in the third round. I mean, that's just how PFF works. I actually get 2 third-round picks, ironically enough. So it does actually help out a bit there. Who did we take so far? We took so we took guard. I probably in this pick, I'm not going to go with Winston here, but I might go with Andrew, I'm going to butcher his last name. Not even going to try that one. All right, so let's go edge rusher again. Now, we have a lot of picks in this draft now because of how I did this. So this is like somewhere where I wouldn't mind taking 2 guards, especially if we have this many picks. Realistically speaking, I think we're going to take probably 1 guard, but very possible we end up taking 2 guards. Let's go with, actually the position I kind of want to go with here is running back. We're kind of a little bit too early on our pick here. 214 is kind of where we would be at for a running back pick here. So this would be something like we could take like Mickens, or for example, and then we could take a running back at this pick. So take someone like Sanders, and that would be how our mock draft would go. So here's what we got. Gave me an A+, to be honest. The only pick they don't like is the running back pick. So I got an A+ in the end, and the only pick they're upset about, I would have gotten like, I'm already A+. But I guess I would have even gotten technically higher if I didn't go with the running back. But I think we will take a running back in this draft, especially later on. You get an additional 6th-round pick, you're probably taking running back in the end. But, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. We got 3 days. Tim Crumry is an absolute legend.